said former United States champion, has an opportunity tonight. As we talked about it last week, Edge was in action. His match ended in a no contest thanks to Christian. And Christian is sitting at home this week, suspended without pay for his actions for what he did in that matchup. Rhino now with a diving spear, taking both the referee and Edge down. The referee out. Edge knocked into the ropes. Here comes Rhino again. Rhino just content to knock Edge around again. That time Edge deciding to drop low, and now Rhino distracted. Don't look at me, Rhino, man. What are you thinking? Rhino was looking at me, and man, just got out of control. Rhino distracted, easily distracted, is the man beast Rhino. And actually, when we talk about it tonight, Paul, we were all evened up because of the match a little while ago. The Dudley Boys taking out 3 count. So that gives ECW 1, WCW 1. That's exactly right. Here we go. Last matchup here. What a wild night. We already recapped the new Cruiserweight champion, the mysterious He's Coming video, and I use the word mysterious as a really, really big pun, as the mysterious He's Coming video. We had 3 count reunite. We had the Impact players reunite. The Dudley Boys put a whooping on. And I'm right now, Paul, actually in my headset, I am getting word that the plane flying to The Rock's house in Miami, it is getting closer and closer. It is actually above Louisiana right now. The airplane, the jet with the Alliance camera crew, with the satellite feed, with the mics, with everything, is over Louisiana. It should be landing. It should be touching down in Miami, South Beach, Miami, at around 10:35 Eastern Time. And then by the time they get everything unloaded and head over to The Rock's house, it'll be about 10:45, and they get it all set up. We should be live. The Rock will be here on Alliance Nitro on the air at around 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Fans, you do not want to miss it. The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Right now, though, Rhino playing some head games with Edge. Edge trying to baseball slide Rhino. Rhino just toying with Edge. Now what is Edge doing? Edge. There, Edge gets him finally. Rhino was just kind of toying with Edge a little bit, just waiting for him as Rhino was pulling out weapons. Edge, where maybe Edge was toying with Rhino, not really sure, but both men kind of toying with each other early on in this matchup, and now we're going to see how does Edge handle the hardcore environment as he slams Rhino down. Not only his back bouncing off of the concrete, but Rhino's head bouncing off of the barricade. Edge missing with the diving clothesline. Rhino able to take advantage, and Paul, you're on your feet once again. I love ECW rules matches, but not if these guys keep taking my chair. Why don't they take your chair, Sabani? Jericho took my chair last week and we saw what happened, so let's just keep it at your chair. But right now, Rhino and Edge, it's going to be interesting once again to see how does Edge handle himself in ECW rules, his U.S. title on the line. We've already seen 1 title change here tonight. Can we see another? And I think Rhino's got a barbell, and he's just cracking Edge with it. Unbelievable. That can't be legal anywhere. That's legal right here in ECW. I tell you what, man, you gotta love it. Barbell, barbed wire, barbed everything. We need a sneeze button out here, don't we, Paul? Rhino with the power bomb. I believe Edge's shoulder might have bounced off one of those weights. Here comes the cover. Only a 1 count somehow. And Edge able to kick out. The strength of these guys to pick up, and now Edge very smart, running away with everything that he's got to get away from the barbells. And I can't blame him one bit. And Rhino just cracked right over the top of the head with the barbell, that bar which weighs so much. And again, that one was just thrown with everything that Edge has. Unbelievable. Trash cans are into the stands. The fans are getting their money's worth. A completely interactive night here. Alliance Nitro, a hardcore night, a championship kind of night. It's been off the chains. Edge diving off of the steel chair, taking out Rhino. They're getting very uncomfortably close to us, especially with Edge running around and throwing these weapons all over the place. I know our announce table got dismantled last week thanks to Tommy Dreamer and Raven there, but so we've been doing good tonight. There's a roll-up by Edge. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Rhino was able to get the shoulder off the mat, able to kick out of the small package roll-up. Edge heading back under the ring. There are just so many weapons just everywhere here tonight. And it's just been one heck of a night. So much to talk about. So much happening as we are leading towards Starrcade. Just 3 weeks away. WCW, ECW, Starrcade. And it should be an awesome pay-per-view. The way that things are leading up to that, it should be off the chains. Here comes Rhino now with the trash can. That referee, I think the referees, we're going to need to put them on some kind of liability or have them sign something between, who was it, Mike Chioda in the last, or was it, yeah, it was Nick Patrick in the last match who got completely thrown around. Or in the last hardcore match who got thrown around. Tim White now is getting thrown around completely tonight. It's unbelievable. DDT onto the chair. You sure sound comfortable, don't you, Savani? Just sitting there in that blue chair of yours, don't you? It's beautiful. I love it. I love it, Paul. Just keep standing. You're getting your legs a good stretch. You gotta. They say you're supposed to stand up once every 45 minutes or so. So you're getting it in here tonight. Under the ring, Tim White goes down again, and Edge with almost like a karate stick, maybe, shades of Steve Blackman. And Edge, you know, they have this entire arena to fight in, but yet last week we saw it earlier tonight, and now we're seeing it now. The people just want to fight right here in front of the announce table. We have this whole arena to fight. Go fight somewhere else. I'm telling you, they're just getting horribly close to us. You think maybe I can go grab that chair now and sit back down? Paul, I wouldn't. I would just leave the chair right where it is because these men are intense right now. They are putting it all on the line. The United States Championship, ECW rules. Under the ring, we have a guitar. Is Jeff Jarrett in the house? Who knows who might show up on a WCW, ECW show? Now, Jeff Jarrett, he's ungrateful. We tried to get him to come back to WCW, but he's too busy doing stuff in Nashville. Who the hell knows? The guitar laying on the mat. Here comes Edge. He has Rhino. He grabs Rhino, picks up Rhino, and he impaler DDTs Rhino right onto the guitar. I believe the guitar has a massive hole in it now. And now Edge just picking up all the weapons, making a big pile. What is Edge going to do? He's going to impale Rhino once again into the pile of weapons, into the trash can, into the barbell, into the guitar. Here comes the cover. 1, there's 2, there's 3, and Edge looking very comfortable in a hardcore environment, looking very comfortable in an ECW type environment. Edge retains his United States Championship. What a matchup that has been. Alliance Nitro is off the chain here tonight. Fans, you do not want to go away.
So as evidenced by what happened last week, Christian is not happy with me being a part of WCW and ECW. And I gotta tell you fans, I'm surprised. I thought as soon as I came over from the WWF after winning the United States Championship, there would be a lot of hate from you as well. But you fans have been warm to me. You've been cheering me, and you've been on your feet for me every single time I come out. And the reason is because I come out here and I do it with respect and dignity and class. And that's exactly what the fans of the Alliance respect and what they want. That's why, Christian, even though you were Alliance through and through when you defected over, you get booed and I get cheered. We're both champions, but for some reason the fans are behind me. And that's because you're a sneaky little idiot who wants to sneak attack people and ruin matches. Me and Rob Van Dam were in the middle of a classic last week, and you decided to come in and ruin our match when I was this close to putting RVD away. I had him down with the spear, and I would have been victorious, and these people know it. You just couldn't leave well enough alone. It was October that I concertoed you at the top of 2 ladders and thought I'd put an end to this feud, brother. But It looks like it wasn't good enough for you. You don't want me to be here. I was fine with keeping my distance. I actually didn't think I was going to have a lot of friends, but I've been pleasantly surprised since I've joined the Alliance how respectful everyone is, not only in the locker room, but out into the audience. Little brother, you still want a piece of me, and it's obvious. And I'm just fine with that. I can be just as vengeful and just as vindictive as you, Christian. One thing is, I'm not as nice as Kurt Angle is. I was happy to see you get suspended for a week without pay, you stupid idiot. I thought that was pretty funny. So, while you're sitting at home, in front of the TV, watching me, while your paycheck's getting lighter and lighter thanks to your suspensions, I'll tell you this. You want a piece of me, Christian? This thing's not over yet. You don't want it to be over? And I won't let it end. Next week on Nitro, you want a piece of me? Let's go, one-on-one. Edge versus Christian. This feud can just keep on going on and on and on. Because I know these fans, these great Alliance fans, won't get bored seeing me whoop you each and every week. Christian, I'm vengeful, I'm vindictive, and I'm pissed off now. Next week on Nitro, me and you, I'm gonna end this.
Edge is calling out his brother Christian for a matchup next week on Nitro. You do not want to miss Nitro next week, but coming up next, you don't want to miss the end of Nitro, Angle Jericho. It's main event time on Alliance Nitro. Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle battling it out, and the winner will be next in line for a World Championship matchup. It leaves to see, however, if we're even going to have a World Champion, if we're going to have to continue with the WWF Championship, if The Rock can defend the WCW title. Who knows what's going to happen with that situation, but again, like Shane and Stephanie always say, you can't dwell on what's going on with that. You got to keep thinking to the future, and once that situation blows over eventually, one way or the other, we're going to have someone in line to be a #1 contender. We got to decide that right now as soon as we can. Get these guys ready. It's Chris Jericho and it's Kurt Angle. Chris Jericho, who led a vicious attack on Kurt Angle last week, was supposed to be suspended as Christian was, but Kurt Angle said, don't suspend Chris Jericho. I want my hands on him tonight. I want to do it one-on-one. Shane said, you got it, and let's decide who's going to be next in line for a world title shot. Folks, don't want to miss the rest of Alliance Nitro. Not only this match, kind of a co-main event, this and then The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. We understand that the jet is just touchdown. The jet has landed in Miami, Florida, in South Beach, and is just at this moment touchdown. At about the time that it is now 10:35, they are going to be getting to The Rock's house as quick as they can and getting everything set up. At the top of the hour, 11 o'clock Eastern Time, The Rock will be live on Alliance Nitro via satellite to go head-to-head with a confrontation with Stone Cold Steve Austin. That is later tonight. And of course, we still have so much more next week on Alliance Nitro. It's going to be Edge taking on his brother Christian. You do not want to miss Alliance Nitro next week. The Impact players, we understand, are going to be in the house. Everything that went down tonight with the Dudley Boys, you're going to see the Impact players in the house. You're going to see the Dudley Boys. You're going to see Christian versus Edge. I'm sure you're going to see some more cruiserweight action, hardcore action. You do not want to miss Alliance Nitro next week. But let's get ready for one of two main events. It's Angle and Jericho, and